Hey guys, welcome to another Thursday edition of the Vinyl Den, your channel for record collecting by record collectors. My name is Nick. Well, we are 2 days away from Record Store Day, so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to talk about the albums that I'm looking forward to picking up this Saturday. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you click on that link down below. Go check out the Vinyl Den Facebook group. It's just a cool place to continue the music conversation. There's also a link down there for the Vinyl Den merch page where we get t-shirts and sweatshirts. There's a link for the Vinyl Den Spotify and Apple Music playlists where every week we're just compiling music that we're talking about here on the channel, putting it together on a playlist for everyone to enjoy. There's also a link for the Vinyl Den Spotify. I'm an idiot. Patreon. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you click on that link down below. Go check out the Vinyl Den Facebook group. It's just a cool place to continue the music conversation. There's also a link for the Vinyl Den merch page where we get t-shirts and sweatshirts. There's a link for the Vinyl Den Spotify and Apple Music playlists where every week we're just compiling music that we're talking about here on the show, putting it together on a nice playlist for everyone to enjoy. And there's also a link for the Vinyl Den Patreon page. If you want to support the show, it's always greatly appreciated, and you can support the show for as little as $1 a month. And of course, if you enjoy the episode, make sure you give me the old thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time we release new episodes. So like I said, we are 2 days away from Record Store Day, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there just like me. I'm really excited for Record Store Day, and it's something that I enjoy every year, going out there and hanging out and talking music all night with people that are online. I'm, of course, going to be going to my favorite record store, Dearborn Music. I'll be there. I don't know. There's nothing that's like super limited that I'm looking to get, so I probably won't get out there as early as I normally do. But I'll definitely be out there for a solid 3 or 4 hours before the store opens. I've really whittled my list down. I think when Ian and I first talked about Record Store Day, when the list came out, I don't even remember, a couple months back now, or a month or so back, there was probably 12 to 14 titles I was really looking forward to. And then, of course, the price list came out. And Sticker Shock got me, and I started taking some things off my list. Like, I was really looking forward to the Doors LA Woman sessions. I was really looking forward to that, but I really couldn't drop $80 or $90 on that. The same with the Black Pumas release. I wasn't going to drop a whole lot of money on that. So I've got my list down to 8 albums that I'm looking forward to. And like I said, there's nothing that's like super limited. The first one here, this is Bad Company Live 1979. I was a Bad Company fan when I was growing up. My parents listened to a lot of Bad Company, so I'm really familiar with that late 70s, early 80s period. And this is a Record Store Day exclusive. There's going to be 3,000 copies available. It's not priced too bad either. It's going to be like $30. And this was on an unreleased show, unreleased concert until 2016 when it was first released. So that's definitely a good one I'm looking forward to. One that is, I grew up listening to that I've always loved also is Belle de DeVoe, Poison. This is kind of one of those titles where, I was kind of up in the air on it. It's an album that, like I said, I loved a lot. I had it on cassette. I wore the cassette out after it was originally released in 1990. And, but really in the last 25 years plus, I probably haven't listened to it. It's probably been 1993, maybe 94 was probably the last time I heard this, but this is going to be on cherry red vinyl. This is an RSD first. So if you don't know, there's RSD first and there's RSD exclusives. RSD first may or probably will get reissued at some point. And then RSD exclusives, you're only going to be able to get that on Record Store Day. So this is our RSD first. There's only 2,000 copies. So this is probably the most limited thing on my list. But since it is an RSD first, and it's Belle de DeVoe, it probably will get reissued in the near future. So if I'm in line and not able to grab one of those, I guess I'm okay with that. I'll probably grab it when it does get reissued. If you guys have been watching the channel for a while, I'm kind of a fan of unofficial pressings or bootlegs. Actually, I got the Tool bootleg right here over my shoulder. My thing has always been, if an official pressing gets released, I will 100% of the time buy the official pressing because, of course, I want to support the artists. So the next one is one that I've got a bootleg of, and this is Childish Gambino, Kawaii. which is like a sneaky good EP that he did back in 2014. If you guys are unfamiliar with it, I think Sober was like the big-ish kind of hit that he had on it. But it's a great album. And this is the first official pressing of this album. It's an RSD first. It's going to run you $27 roughly. But there's 18,000 copies of this that are going to be available. So there's going to be a ton of them out there. And the cool thing is about this Childish Gambino release is they're doing 3 random colors that are going to be randomly distributed across the world. So you don't know what color you're going to have until you open this thing up. So that'd be a cool one to grab. And of course, the big one for me, the one I really want, is the first thing I saw on the list, and that is Everlast Whitey Ford Sings the Blues. This is an album that I've loved for a long time. It was originally released in 1998. It was first available on vinyl in 99, but it hasn't been available on vinyl since 99, so it hasn't been reissued. This thing sold over 3 million copies when it was released. It's a fantastic album. I know what it's like. It was the big hit that got all the radio play. But this is an album that is definitely better than just that one track. So that's definitely what I'm looking forward to. It's, there's 2,500 copies that are going to be available. It is a record store day first. It's a little kind of pricey. It's going to run you $35, but even if this was $45, $50, I would still pick it up. Just because those original pressings from '99 go for a whole lot more than that, and it's an album that I've had on my want list for, easily the last probably 4+ years. My son Jack, he's 17 now. He's gotten into collecting records over the last couple of years too, and the next one is one that he's really looking forward to. Actually, he wanted to buy an unofficial pressing of it within the last probably, I think it was shortly before the RSD list came out. And then the list came out, and I was like, hey, look, it's actually on the RSD list, so you can kind of wait till then. But this is Future DS2. This was released in 2015, and this is going to be on teal vinyl. I've heard of Future before. I've never actually listened to this album, though. So, this is definitely one for him. This is an RSD exclusive. It's going to run about $28. There's about 7,500 copies that are going to be available. So it shouldn't be super limited. Should be one that should be easily grabbed. I'm sure he's going to make me listen to this a lot after record store day. So we sometimes we'll just sit down here in my office and play music. So, that's definitely one that's on my list. And then I was really interested in this Joan Jett Acoustics release. It's a RSD exclusive. $22, 6,500 copies are going to be available. I've been a kind of a casual Joan Jett fan. She's probably an artist that I could probably get a greatest hits collection of and be fine with. But this is her first ever acoustic album. And I'm kind of interested to see how they do some of those acoustic tracks, or do some of those tracks acoustically. There's 5 newly recorded acoustic tracks and the 3 previously unreleased songs on here. So, that's definitely a cool one. Like I said, I was kind of, when I first saw it on the list, I kind of went back and forth on it, but I think the more I thought about it, I'm definitely going to grab that one. The last 2 on my list are one that I was kind of on the fence about, and one that I definitely want to grab. The first one, this is Mariah Carey Number Ones. It's an RSD exclusive. There's going to be 7,000 copies that's available. It's running about $36. So, it shouldn't be too hard to grab. And the reason I'm going to pick this up is I remember around that same time that the RSD list came out, I was talking to my wife, and she was like, hey, why don't you have any Mariah Carey in your collection? I really didn't have a good answer for it, because I do love a lot of her music. This is going to be the first 13 chart-topping singles that she had, so I think this is a good way to kind of start off my collection. This was originally released in 1998. I remember my wife had it on CD, so we'd go on long trips. I've definitely listened to this CD quite a few times over the years. And then this last one is an album that, the funny thing was, right before the RSD list came out, I was actually trying to track down a copy or a recent reissue of this album. But this is Stevie Nicks' Belladonna. I've loved this album since, I was a kid. This is originally released in 81. And the cool thing is about this, and the reason why I'm glad I held off on and waiting for this, is this actually has a second album, a second LP with the standard album that has outtakes, there's B-sides, and demos that are also on this. So definitely be a cool one to grab, even though I probably won't listen to the second disc a whole lot. I'll listen to it enough to warrant the price. It's going to be running about $35. This will be an RSD exclusive, and there's going to be 15,000 copies of this available. So it should be pretty easy to grab. At least I would assume it's going to be pretty easy to grab. I know a couple of years ago for Record Store Day Black Friday, Pearl Jam had their Unplugged album. And I want to say there was 12 or 15,000 copies of that available also. And those went pretty fast and pretty hard to grab. So you never know how Record Store Day is going to play out. I guess after looking at my list, there's 5 Record Store Day exclusives and 3 firsts that I've got on my list. So I'm gonna go out to the record store, Friday. Well, probably not Friday night. I normally go out to the record store like 11 o'clock at night, camp out, have a nice night. It's late April. Weather could be up or down. We'll see how it goes, especially here in Michigan. But I'm not going to go out there that early. Like I said, I'll probably go out a couple hours early, just because there's nothing that's super limited on this list. But, I'm definitely hoping for a great night. Well, that's all I got for you today, guys. Thanks for checking the show out. Make sure you drop me a comment down below. Let me know what Record Store Day titles you're looking forward to. I think it's going to be a great year, and I think there's going to be a lot of really great stuff available. I'm hoping for a great night. Ian's got to work, so I'm going to be flying solo. I'll be out there by myself. But if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. And come back and check out the show Sunday. I'm going to be doing my whole Record Store Day review, talking about all the stuff I picked up and how it went for me. Well, that's all I got. Until next time, keep on spinning. Peace.